A quick note before we begin. The 38 seconds of high school football we're about to discuss is quite robust. So robust, in fact, we've made a pair of videos. Each video features a different broadcast with different announcers. This version has better video and a visible clock. You'll find a link to the other version in the comments section below.
Here's some play!
Here it is, Camel Cleats trying to evade pressure, somehow stays on his feet. He's gonna try and run for it. What is he doing? What is he doing? He didn't even take a shot! Unbelievable! And the Rams are gonna win this homecoming thriller!
No, they're not. Hello, football fans. Ryan here. Hold on for a bumpy ride as we take you through high school football's longest 38 seconds.
I mean, it almost leads you to believe that he thought the line of scrimmage marker was the first down.
Listen, 4th down and 10.
That ball is
The
gotta
worst
leave
that
your
can
hand.
happen is he intercepts it and you still lose. Like, he almost
What?
he almost just gave up on the play.
Yes, the kid should have thrown the ball on 4th down, but he is a kid. Let's give him a break. Also, he will atone for his error.
And now, barring a fumble, 2 knees will do it. Well, 3 knees will do it.
The Knights, the team on defense, the team in white, has 2 timeouts left. The announcers mainly refer to them as Clearwater.
I'm not sure if he knew what down it was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. But I don't know what else to believe.
The Rams, the team on offense, the team in the dark jerseys, the announcers will mainly refer to them as Riverview, have 5 in the backfield. No flag is thrown. I have no idea why.
And they will knee a backflip from Jackson Waptrowski. Oh, and a flag.
The crew throws an unsportsmanlike conduct foul on the backflip. I think it's a righteous call, and it completely changes the complexion of this 38 seconds. A foul means the defense can choose to start the game clock on the snap. This effectively gives the Knights an extra timeout.
A flag comes out on the backflip.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you got to leave for the last play of the game. You've still got 25 seconds on the clock. That's going to get called every time.
Well, and now, Clearwater does not have to use a timeout, and the clock will stop.
Yeah, you're right.
And all of a sudden, this game is not over yet.
I hate saying this, but I agree with the announcers. Judging from what I see from the officials, I'm not real sure they realize how the game has changed. I get the impression they think it's over and the Knights will just go away quietly.
Clearwater, if I recall correctly, has 1 timeout.
They have 2.
They've
They have 2. Oh, my goodness. This game has had everything and more.
I mean,
Seriously. I mean, when you think the game is over and nothing else could happen, you backflip your way into maybe finding a way to lose it.
I don't
It's
know
unbelievable.
what Tropsky is thinking. That was a selfish play on his end.
Well, he's probably thinking the game's over, yada, yada. They might not call a timeout.
Wait, did he just yada yada a backflip? Who yada yada's a backflip?
I
But
mean,
those are the little things you've got to be aware of.
he saw the defensive line try to break through and get hands on the quarterback. I mean, the entire team didn't take a liking to that.
So
But I mean, that doesn't allow you.
here
That
you
doesn't
go.
give you
You're
the right to give
Clearwater.
your team a 15-yard penalty.
You're Clearwater here.
I mean, they're still trying to figure this out. They're in the middle of the field. I mean,
You're-
they didn't even get offsetting penalties.
No, it's
So
not
this
an
is-
offsetting. So here's what it's going to be. No matter where the ball is, doesn't matter in this. But Clearwater has two timeouts here.
Right.
So maybe you take a few steps back, you take a knee, right? 5 seconds or 5 seconds off the clock. Then another 5 seconds off the clock, right? 2 timeouts, still 15 seconds. You got to punt, and then you can't have a block punt. So many now extra things that you have to do.
The quarterback for Clearwater can throw approximately
The Rams
35 yards.
The Rams got to snap it.
The clock is not going to run because there was a flag. They want the clock to run.
Again, 5 backs and no flags. Very weird. Watch the white hat and his signal. Is he indicating the game is over? It appears that he is. I don't think he realizes the change in strategy.
Is that how that works?
Did Did the game just end? Clearwater has 2 timeouts. The game shouldn't end.
I mean, the clock, when there's a flag on the play,
The clock
the clock
stops.
stops. So the Riverview offense was wanting the clock to run. You could see them making motions to the booth upstairs. But
Hold on. This game shouldn't be over. Now, it might result in that, but
tension between both teams continues. They got to stay on
a
the sidelines.
personal foul, the clock stops, no matter what on the play. And Clearwater International had 2 timeouts. They elected to use one there.
The clock stops on all fouls, regardless if they're a personal foul, an unsportsmanlike foul, or just your run-of-the-mill holding foul. But that's not as important as when the clock restarts. In the last 2 minutes of a half, the offended team can select to have the game clock start on the snap. The announcers are only getting it half right, but that's okay. It's a common mistake.
And then they could use another one.
Have you ever seen an official who wants to go home more than this guy does?
Because it's still a loss of down, so it'd be 4th down. They would have to punt the football or do something with it. This game isn't over.
Clearwater better back up before they get an unsportsmanlike and take themselves out of this game.
Riverview thinks it's over. Clearwater doesn't think it's over. Who knows the way these final 2 minutes have
Folks,
gone?
we are trying to figure it out just alongside you guys.
This has been, it's not over. The offense has to come back out onto the field.
But what down is it?
It's 3rd down.
But at this point, Clearwater doesn't have a timeout.
They have one more.
I thought they used both.
No, Clearwater has
because
one
the
more.
Flag. Oh my goodness. So this is going to force Riverview to punt the ball.
Yes, that's what I've been saying, man. Like,
half the announce team is having trouble following this game, and I don't really blame them. And again, 5 players in the backfield.
Some MLS action there.
Oh, and the
by
clock
Braxton
didn't run.
Thomas.
The clock didn't run. So what is going on?
We have a lot going on, so let's rewind a little bit. It looks like we might have 6 in the backfield on this snap. Amazing. We have a defensive player running onto the field late for some reason. That's an illegal substitution, a live ball foul. The QB takes the snap, tries to bleed the clock a little, and then after getting mildly contacted, he flops, which is not a foul. But number 20 on the defense may have committed a personal foul. Regardless, no flags were thrown.
So what is going on? Clearwater had a timeout. When they snapped the ball, the clock didn't run. This is absolutely wild. They might have to redo it because the clock did not start. I've never seen anything like it. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy what you're watching tonight because you might never see anything like it again. They might have to redo this play because it took them 5-6 seconds to go down, but there's no way it took 14 seconds. The clock hadn't stopped. This game isn't over.
It appeared. I'm not sure if there's a player offsides for Clearwater because.
Well, that's irrelevant. They didn't throw the flag.
We don't have offsides in high school football. We have encroachment, and it wasn't encroachment. It was illegal substitution. If the player had participated, it would have been illegal participation, but he didn't participate. To reset, it's 4th down. It's hard for me to speak on the clock because we really can't see it, but there's 7.7 seconds left.
7.7 seconds left on the clock.
Here's what Riverview should do.
Knee it on 4th.
No,
Actually,
you can't knee it on
because
4th
as soon
down.
as you knee it, the clock's gonna stop. It's a turnover on down.
So now they can block a punt or return a punt for a touchdown. Oh, 7 seconds. It's tough. You could sit in the pocket for a second, chuck one up, maybe leave it up there for 4 or 5 seconds, hope time runs out. But Riverview quite literally backflipped their way to possibly losing this game.
If I'm Riverview, to be completely honest, I think actually, 7.7 seconds is a stretch.
It's tough. It's tough.
Right
you
at the
shouldn't have
line.
had to be in this situation.
It's right at the line where you can't just run backwards.
Again, the announcer is completely wrong because that's exactly what they end up doing.
Well,
and run out the clock. Perhaps it's.
You could. Nick Delfout could. You could run it back for a safety. Take up all that time.
Oh, you're right.
Run out of the end zone and take it in for a safety.
Time
runs out 33-29. That's what it should be.
I think
And look, they're putting Miller back there. And that might be just what they do. They might get it to Miller. Miller run back.
Now that you bring it up, I recall practicing that last year.
Well, here we go.
What
will the Rams do? Can this game finally end? Or will something crazier than ever happen?
I think Anthony Miller's going to run
that's exactly what they're going to do. He's got to make sure the time goes out. He's got to make sure the time goes out. Why did the clock stop?
I think the clock stopped because the officials either assumed he was going to step out of bounds, or the crew thought this was like a touchback situation, and once the ball crosses the goal line, the play is dead. Of course, we know that's not the case. Perhaps the crew didn't have a sense of what the Rams were trying to do here.
How did the clock stop?
I think a better question is, why didn't the clock run out?
He was waiting.
He was waiting to go in the end zone. I don't think he ever stepped in the back of the end zone.
He did eventually, but after the, in my
he
opinion,
hadn't stepped out of the end zone when that clock stopped, and now Clearwater has a second to do something miraculous.
We'll now have a free kick from the 20-yard line, and the clock will start when R touches the ball.
And the Rams will have to kick this off.
Unreal. Like I said, there was going to be some crazy way, but you watch it here. And if you guys rewind it on the broadcast, Anthony Miller's running. Time's going.
Step out.
He doesn't step out when the clock stops. This game might never end.
Whenever I'm the white hat, I hear the same thing from all my fellow officials.
I remember like 30 minutes ago, there was like 2 minutes to go in this game.
That was actually a good line.
Well, at least there's no possibility for overtime.
That is correct.
Unless Clearwater decides to get Riverview decides to take 2 more safeties. Well, actually, they should have 31 points.
I think this announcer needs to take a nap.
I think, right?
No, 29, 33, 29.
So they had 27.
They're bringing in Majestic Van Ingen. Or no, it's Nick. Nick Doe fouled to boot it away. Can't do it on side kick. They will. They catch it. They go down, and time is still there. They have a shot.
Wow.
This is unreal.
I think the clock in this game is a bit too precise for high school football, but the clock is the clock. In retrospect, this crew may want to redo these final 38 seconds, but the Knights are getting a chance mainly because of the backflip. That backflip changed everything.
Just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, it keeps getting crazier.
Hey, that's what my family always said about my Uncle Frank.
If this ends in a win for Clearwater,
I mean,
it would. Wow, I have no words. One play, one Hail Mary away.
Since the backflip, this game has had no pace. It has had no flow. Now, this particular incident isn't the fault of the officials. The offense is slow to bring out their ball. When it rains, it pours. Regardless of your opinion about this crew's performance, I think it's safe to say in the last 38 seconds, this game has become very clunky.
Anything could happen on this play. Now, you couldn't throw one scenario out there and I'd be like, man, I'm shocked. No. What a game. What a game.
Just when you think it's over. I mean, you go back to a minute and
17
seconds on the clock. You have the Riverview defense celebrating when they got the stop on 4th down.
And listen again with Miller, that clock did not run out. He did not step out of bounds yet. The clock stopped, and that could be the difference. But also, I wonder, Miller should have just started running around in circles and waited till the clock hit 0. Here we go. I think this might be our ball game.
One play left.
Cavo Cleese, he's got to air it out. Here we go. Oh my God! It's caught! No way! Caught! It is caught! No way! Dallas Sims! An unbelievable win! Dallas Sims won it off! To be kidding!
Well, there you have it, the longest 38 seconds in the history of high school football. For officials, I think this should be mandatory viewing, especially if you believe you're about to work a close game. What do you think? What is your opinion on how the crew handled this amazing finish? What would you have done differently? Please let us know in the comments section below. If you got something out of this video, and we sure hope you did, please like and subscribe. If you're already a high school football official, have a great postseason. If you're not a high school football official, now is the perfect time to become one. Contact the Evergreen Football Officials Association and we'll help you make it happen. Until next time, we're the EFOA, making good officials better.